The Senate will come back to order. Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Senator Moreno. Election of President nominations are now open for President of the Senate. Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. I nominate Majority Leader Steve Fenberg to serve as the next President of the State Senate.
Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. In one of the more curious aspects of the Senate where we have no seconds, I second the nomination of Majority Leader Senator Steve Fenberg to serve as the President of the Colorado Senate.
Are there any other nominations? Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that nominations be closed and that a unanimous vote be cast for Majority Leader Steve Fenberg for President.
Are there any no votes?
Fenberg.
Are there any no votes? Seeing none, a unanimous vote is cast and Majority Leader Fenberg is elected as President of the Colorado Senate. Please congratulate your new President. There is a bit of a changing of the guard. You'll notice that the name is being replaced. I will return to my solemn seat in the corner and install the new president with his gavel.
Yes, if you'd like to say some remarks. After your remarks. If you wanted to. During the recess.
Majority Leader Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate stand in recess to hear remarks from both our new president and our outgoing president.
Is there any objection? You object? No. Well, seeing none. Yeah. Seeing none. It's on, right? This is going really well. Is there any objection? Seeing none, the Senate will stand in recess for remarks. Members, thank you. Please be seated. Thank you for this honor, and For the record, there's a real gavel up here now, not just the baby one. I want to say a few words before we move on. Obviously, this is a huge honor for myself. But today also, at the end of the day, really is about our outgoing president, Leroy Garcia, and the service that he's done for this state. Thank you all for that you have given to this institution, President Garcia. Thank you for the service that you have given and committed to the state of Colorado, and thank you for continuing to be of service to our country. And thank you for, of course, being a friend and a mentor to me. Thank you, members, for the trust you have placed in my ability to help lead this body. And thank you to my family. You just saw one of them, but especially my wife, Lindsay, who is here today, sitting with Leroy's parents. Thank you for your love and your support, Lindsay. Even if you would really prefer I do get a real job one of these days, your support means the world to me. And, you know, Lindsay, when we talked about me potentially becoming president, you pretty quickly asked a question. You said, does this mean you get a raise? I didn't answer the question. I quickly changed the subject. But now that I'm officially the president, no, I do not get a raise, Lindsay. Sorry. Thank you to my daughter, Isa, for being the inspiration that keeps me motivated to do this work. She was so excited to be here today that she actually has a gavel at home, and she was so excited to bring it. But of course, we live in a house with a 2-year-old, and we couldn't find it. It's somewhere, but I'm glad now that she has her own little gavel that she can use. I never thought I would be in elected office to begin with, but I definitely never expected to find myself at this podium. But now that I'm here every single day, I walk into this majestic building, the People's House, with awe about the opportunity that we have together to make our mark on the history of this great state. Sometimes our work is incremental, sometimes it's transformative, and other times it's just the art of the possible. But either way, what we do here matters, and how we do it matters even more. In these times when it seems our country is more divided than ever, we must continue to be an example of how things can be done differently. How the Colorado way of problem solving can be a model for addressing some of our nation's most intransigent and complex challenges. I promise to spend each day in this role working to not only do what's right for the people of Colorado, but to do it together. Because how we problem solve is as important as solving the problems themselves. When we solve problems together, the solutions are more durable. And in turn, the democratic institution is strengthened and made more resilient, more equipped to withstand whatever political stress test is lurking around the corner. 41 days ago, we all seemed to agree on some of the biggest challenges facing our state, whether it was affordability, creating healthier and safer communities, successful students in our education system. And over the next 78 days, give or take, let's remember that we all want the same thing for this state. And now how we get there matters. And I hope as much as possible we get there with respect, inclusion, and a lot of listening. Most importantly, I hope we get there together. And although some of us may be counting down the days a little more eagerly than others, Senator Holbert, let's all recommit to make each of the remaining days count, to count towards leaving this state and this Senate better than we found it. Though passing the gavel mid-session may be unusual, we've laid a foundation under President Garcia's leadership to build upon what will allow us to not miss a beat and continue the work ahead. If we've learned anything over these past 2 years, it's that we can't predict the future. But I think we can all agree that we have a lot of work ahead of us still. And while we roll up our sleeves to forge an historic budget, seek compromise within hundreds of pieces of legislation, and seize an unprecedented opportunity to transform Colorado, I'll close with a wish for the days ahead. Let the snacks in the Senate be plentiful, the social distancing being less necessary, and may we embrace a healthy, robust debate as we accomplish what we are sent here to do, to improve the lives of everyone in this great state of Colorado. Now, before we get carried away, let's proceed to the moment we've all been waiting for, the living eulogy, the roast of Leroy M. Garcia.